let me do some things, because my rosters are semi out of date, but I'm only going to make the trade that's relevant to our game. First off, this guy's not a starter. Second off, Joe Flacco is going to the Bengals. We'll just say for Nathan Peterman, because I have to put in a player. And then Browns made another trade. I forget who it was, though. It was one of their corners. Was it Greg Newsome? Greg Newsome. Yeah, he went to the Jags for who, though? They gave away... They traded Campbell. Someone named Campbell, apparently. Tyson Campbell. And then I gotta go in, change their depth chart. Manage order depth chart. So Aaron Rodgers would be starting for us. Then it would be Rudolph, and then Browns, it's Dylan Gabriel. Sanders was named the 2, and then Kenny Pickett be the 3. They're all right at corner, right? Yeah, they look fun. I think that's the only changes I need to make to... I didn't even make sure we were live first. Shit. I hope we are. Oh yeah, we're fine. We are A-okay, just no one's watching. Fair enough. And we are playing the Browns. Do we spectate or play? Spectate. Makes it more fair. We'll have like 8-minute quarters. Excel clock on. "15 seconds. We'll make it partly cloudy. Should be a 1 o'clock game. Okay. Steelers v. Browns week 6. Steelers are 3-1. Browns are... they're not doing too... I think they were actually 1-4. Yeah, they're 1-4. We're 3-1. Let me skip this. Can I pause the game for a second? I want to pause the game, please. Turn down in-game commentary to like 15, just so it's me talking. All right, and Steelers are stopped at the 28. Aaron Rodgers, 8-3 touchdown interception ratio, I believe. 75 overall. He's not doing too bad. Ach du Scheiße. I just noted something, but whatever. Neither. Rodgers to John. Cordell. Wait. How outdated are these rosters? No, I need to pause the game. Because I was thinking these were updated ones I was using, but apparently they're not. Okay, let me figure this out real quick. I'm so sorry. Manage players. Who are the receivers? No. You gotta get cut. Not traded. Cut. Release. Right now, Roman Wilson is the 2. Calvin Austin is expected to be out. And we have Jonnu. Halfbacks. I think Jalen Warren's... Well, let's cut Cordell Patterson real quick. And then we'll order the depth chart. Okay, why is Caleb Johnson the starter? No. Actually, Jalen... No, Jalen should be back, and then it's Gainwell, and then it's Johnson. At receiver, it's... Well, Calvin's going to be out, so... We're going to move Skoranek up, and then it's going to be Roman Wilson at the 2. It should be Skoranek playing now. No. Johnny Smith should be here. And then it's Darnell. Broderick Jones, Isaac Sumalo, Zach Frazier, Mason McCormick, Troy Faltano, Derek Harmon, Keanu Benton, Cam Hayward, TJ, Patrick Queen, Alex Highsmith, Darius Slay. Let me make sure the corners. Nope. Corners are not alright. Jalen Ramsey is not even starting at the moment. Beanie Bishop isn't even on the roster, so... Right. We have... What's his name? We got Patriots safety. It was... Maybe he's a free agent? Sign free agents. Okay, maybe... It was a strong safety. Okay, who has him, then? Is it them? No. I know who I'm looking for. No, it wasn't Kyle Duggar, though. Who was it? Fuck. Who am I forgetting? I'm forgetting one. We picked up a strong safety that someone released. It wasn't Duggar, though. It wasn't Duggar. It wasn't... Jabril Peppers. Jabril Peppers. Is he a free safety, maybe? Yeah. Trade him to the Steelers. He's actually a backup, despite his overall, so... We'll go Joshua Bledsoe. Trade rejected. Alright. He has to go here. Sebastian Castro. Okay. Save. JD Drizzle. And then we gotta go back in. Order the depth chart for Pittsburgh's. He should actually be a backup free safety. But I'll put him at both backup safeties. Even though he's better on both sides. I don't know. At least he'll come in on some downs. Okay, let's get into this. Steelers rosters updated. Spectate. Probably turn the time down a little bit. We'll go 6-minute quarters. Excel clock on. 15 seconds. Partly cloudy. Alright, finally. It's the battle of the young and the old. We got Dylan Gabriel, Brown's new starting QB. Didn't look too bad last week. And it's versus 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers in Acrisure Stadium, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Kevin Stefanski versus the Steelers, Mike Tomlin. And look at those. Ignore those two. They're fake. They're fake. They don't exist. Mike Tomlin, Steelers. Those terrible towels are waving. Rodgers is talking to his team right now. And we're about to get into the game for the kickoff here at Acrisure at 1 o'clock. And Pittsburgh's gonna get the ball here. Or is it Cleveland? It's Cleveland. Cleveland's going to get the ball here. Steelers will get the ball to start the second half. And the game is away in the landing zone. 34. Running up the field. Down to the 29-yard line. Dylan Gabriel still starting over Shadur Sanders. Browns traded Joe Flacco to the Bengals. Dylan Gabriel, quarterback number 5. I'm not sure if that's his real number, but we won't talk about it. I don't think it's too far off. I don't know. Browns trying to scheme something up here on first down. First play of the drive, Cleveland. See what they got against this Pittsburgh defense who has come to shine in the past few weeks. It's a handoff to Quinshaw Judkins for 7 yards. Looked really good last week. Let's see if this Browns team can continue to push through. Mike Tomlin, defensive mastermind, Super Bowl winning coach, longest tenured head coach in the entire league. See what he can do here against this Cleveland Browns team. Time is ticking. Dylan Gabriel drops back to pass. Thrown short, first down. Jerry Jeudy hangs on. Is he even still on the Browns? Whatever. I'm not going back and making more trades. And if certain players are out, well, I can't really fix that. Dylan Gabriel. Handoff Quinshaw Judkins. Stopped. Still got a gain of 3. Peyton Wilson on the tackle. The pass coverage linebacker. But also a hard-hitting middle linebacker and a very good one at that. Mike T. Patrick Queen, one of these defensive leaders. Let's see what he can do in this game. You see both those Steelers edge rushers. It's Quinshaw Judkins again. Ran to the right. It's going to be a gain of 5 on the play. First quarter ticking by pretty quickly. 3rd and 2 for the Cleveland Clowns. Whew, okay. Dylan Gabriel. Another handoff to Quinshaw Judkins. Gets the first down. Good game for Quinshaw so far. Steelers offense waiting to get out there, trying to hope this Steelers defense can get a stop. Only 2 receivers out there. Hands off to the running back again. Stopped by TJ Watt. Gain of 4 yards. Quinshaw 5 rushes, 23 yards. Dylan Gabriel only has 1 pass at the moment. Nearing the end of the first quarter. Maybe I should have not turned Excel clock on. Oh well. Too late. Dylan Gabriel drops back to pass. Looking right. Thrown short to Quinshaw Judkins. Got a gain of a few. 3rd and 1. Dylan Gabriel again. Well, it's always Dylan Gabriel. 3rd and 1 for the Cleveland Browns. Dylan Gabriel looks to draw. Batted down by Big Bam Cam Hayward. One of these defensive leaders been with the Steelers for a long, long time. One of the oldest defensive players makes a play, as he typically does, and Cleveland will punt here. It's a short punt, probably out of bounds at around the 13-yard line. And Aaron Rodgers takes the field for Pittsburgh. One of the unexpected bright spots of this team, Aaron Rodgers comes in at a 75 overall. Quarterback number 8 for Pittsburgh. Let's see what the Steelers can do after forcing a stop. Obviously, Calvin Austin is out. DK, Skoranek, and Wilson, the receivers. It's a handoff to Jaylen Warren. Gain of 9. Gain of a few. Jaylen Warren. Again. Steelers who have been passing more as of late. Aaron Rodgers. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Jaylen Warren with a big run. Past their own 40 now. Yet to see what A-Rod can do. Quarter ticking down. Jaylen Warren with another 10-yard run, and that's going to be a first down to end the first quarter. Not much action here in the first quarter, but Steelers are building a drive, and Jaylen Warren's getting some good runs. 0-0. Pittsburgh ball. 1st and 10 for Pittsburgh. After Jaylen Warren 10-yard run, A-Rod's passing to start the second quarter. It's completed to Pat Freiermuth. These tight ends haven't gotten much action in the first few weeks, but look at that absolute dime. Pat Freiermuth as he torches the coverage. What a beautiful ball. What a beautiful catch. Grant Delpit on the tackle. Down to the 22-yard line. Cleveland defense got humbled last play. Let's see if they can recover. I don't know why Calvin Austin's in. I subbed him out. Jaylen Warren run to the left for gain of 3 yards. Steelers down into the red zone with that run. See what the Steelers offense can do on 2nd and 7 here. 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Aaron Rodgers dropping back, completed, left side. First down, gain of 8. Cleveland challenges that. Kevin Stefanski does not want Pittsburgh to progress. Let's take another look at this. He might not have gotten that. He might have had Jonnu Smith might not have gotten his other foot down. It all depends. I don't think he got this. This, I think, will be overturned. Sorry, I was trying to do something. Not what I meant to do. But the call on the field will stand. I don't think I agree with that. But we didn't get the best look at it. But Aaron Rodgers is going to just shrug it off like nothing. 1st and 10 for Pittsburgh. Handoff Jaylen Warren left side. Can he go score? Yes, he can. Jaylen Warren. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Halfback number 30 coming off the injury. Kenneth Gainwell stepped in for him last week. But he's taken this Steelers offense by storm. Jaylen Warren. For 6. People were speculating what the Steelers would do at running back after they let Najee Harris go, but Jaylen Warren is still a dog. And Steelers will get 6. Browns defense not too happy about that. Chris Boswell for the PAT. Kick is up. Kick is good. 7-0 Steelers. 8 plays, 86 yards. 3 minutes off this clock. Steelers offense going onto the bench now. Happy faces from the Steelers side. Kevin Stefanski a little mad. And it's going to be Chris Boswell to kick off for the Browns. Let's see if they can put a challenge to Pittsburgh after allowing the 6 points last drive. And it's Cleveland ball. Cleveland takes it out. 20, 25. Not going to get very far. Just a yard over the 25-yard line at the 26. Dylan Gabriel to take the field. Didn't do much last drive. Mostly Quinshad Judkins. They turned the ball over around past the Steelers' 50-yard line. They elected to punt. And the Steelers led a drive 87 yards down the field. And now let's see if Cleveland can counter that. Dillon Gabriel looking to pass here for their second drive. Completed over the middle. The rookie QB for 8 yards on the completion. Dillon Gabriel once more. Looks more like a run than a pass. It is a run. Handoff. Quinshad Judkins gets stopped in the backfield. 3rd and 2. Keanu Benton on the tackle. Let's see if they can convert this for 3rd down, or will they give the ball back to Pittsburgh right after scoring? Dillon Gabriel hands it off again to Quinshad Judkins. Can he get it? Yes, he can, and he's going to get a lot more than that, rumbling down to the Steelers' 49-yard line. Steelers a little mad at that one, especially on a 3rd and 2. And Pittsburgh's going to, the Browns are going to go into Steelers territory. Looks more like a passing situation. Dillon Gabriel does drop back to pass, steps up in the pocket. He's going to scramble, and he's going to get the first down, tackled by 5 Steelers. Down to the Steelers' 39-yard line. The first run by a QB in this game. Dillon Gabriel for 10. Handoff. Quinshad Judkins stopped. Gain of 1. Steelers defense rallying to keep them out of the end zone. Not much to worry about yet. Only at the 37. 2-minute warning here in Acrisure Stadium. 7-0 Pittsburgh. In their own home territory. Can they defend it? Obviously, coming off the bye, they are strong. Dillon Gabriel throws the screen to Quinshad Judkins. Gain of 4. Quinshad Judkins leading this Browns offense at the moment. Doing really good in the ground game and in the pass game. Steelers can't really find a way to stop him, and Dillon Gabriel has been looking for him most of this game. Dillon Gabriel drops back to pass again, has open receivers, looks deep! Touchdown, Cleveland. Had an open receiver over the middle, elects not to throw to him, throws the deep ball down to Jerry Jeudy, and that's going to be a touchdown off a 37-yard dime. Mike Tomlin upset with that one. And they're going to kick this PAT. Kick is up. Kick is good. 7 plays, 75 yards, 3.5 minutes off this clock. Can Pittsburgh score again with 1:22 left in the first half? Steelers receive ball after halftime. Can they build onto this lead before half and continue on it after half? Or will they go out empty before half? Steelers have 3 timeouts. 1:22 on the clock. Steelers are returning it. Down to the 20. Getting close to the 30. Will get to the 30. Jaylen Warren on the game. 6 rushes, 54 yards, and a TD. 9 yards per carry. What a good first half for him, especially coming off the injury. Obviously, Kenneth Gainwell had a big game last week or last time the Steelers played, Jalen Warren was injured, and Kenneth Gainwell stepped in his role. Had 2 TDs. The Steelers beat the Vikings in Ireland. Aaron Rodgers drops back to pass. Completed over the middle to DK Metcalf. Timeout Pittsburgh. A minute 12 on the clock. Down to the 42. The Steelers 42. We've seen this Pittsburgh pass game a little bit during this year, consisting of short passes and not much else. Short passes, screens, dump-offs. That's what the Steelers' offensive pass game is built off, but they're going to be forced to get out of that situation. Aaron Rodgers heaving one downfield. 2 Browns defenders on Ben Skoranek, and that's going to be forced down. Second down, minute 6 on the clock. Aaron Rodgers looked deep for Ben Skoranek on that play. Grant Delpit was the one to knock it down. 2nd and 10 for Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers passing again. Pass short. Incomplete. Ben Skoranek again. Can't seem to get his hands on it. And it's 3rd down. The Steelers might go out here empty. Give Cleveland the ball back with 2 timeouts. Aaron Rodgers. Looking right side. Intercepted! Cleveland picks Aaron Rodgers off. Denzel Ward. And the Browns get the turnover they desperately needed. And they might be able to score here before half and stop the Steelers. Was looking for Freiermuth there. Got picked off by Denzel Ward, and Cleveland will take over here. Dillon Gabriel. Can he lead the Browns to points before half and stop this Steelers team from taking advantage of getting the ball at half? A minute left in this first half. 2 timeouts. Pittsburgh is the one to give away a takeover. Dillon Gabriel slings one over the middle, incomplete to Jerry Jeudy. .55 seconds on the clock. 2nd and 10 for the Browns. Aaron Rodgers fuming on the sideline after that interception. To be completely fair, he threw the same ball 3 times in a row, so I feel like they read that. Dillon Gabriel, there he's getting pass rush and Quinshon Judkins. It's a quick dump off. 3rd and 10. Time is running. Will they run this entire clock? Will they call a timeout? What does Cleveland elect to do? They're not calling a timeout. They're running no huddle. Changing the play up. Receiver now on the right side. Cleveland is still running clock. What are they doing? It is 3rd down, people. He is going to hike this ball with 11 seconds on the clock. Looking over the middle, completed. 1st down, and now they call a timeout. And they're going to be on the Steelers 42. 7 seconds on the clock. Do they elect to kick a deep field goal? They do not. They're going to go for it with 7 seconds. 1st and 10. Gets his ball out quick to Njoku. Flag on the play. Pass interference. Or no, holding. My God. I'm so sorry. 1st and 20 for the Browns. Now on their own 48. And I think they just... run this ball here before the end of half. No, they are going to pass. Dillon Gabriel looking deep right side. It is completed. but there won't be enough time on the clock. And Steelers will get the ball back here to start the second half. When we're back from halftime, 7-7 here in Acrisure Stadium, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I mean, we saw today Jaylen Warren has been lighting it up here on offense. Dylan Gabriel, the rookie QB, slaying this beautiful ball to Jerry Jeudy for a touchdown. And Aaron Rodgers, after throwing the interception, is getting ready to take the field here after halftime. Browns kicking off for Steelers to start the second half. Let's see what the Steelers can do here after turning this ball over. It's kicked off for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh ball. And they're going to return it up to past the 25-yard line, down to the 28. Jaylen Warren, best Steeler on the day. 6 rushes, 54 yards, a TD, and 9 yards per carry. Running back number 30. Coming off the injury. What a great game for Jaylen Warren. Aaron Rodgers, not so much. Throw a pick on the last time out. See what they can do here. Cleveland has more yards. More passing yards than Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has more rushing yards. Jaylen Warren, handoff. 7 rushes, 56 yards for Jaylen Warren now. Gain of 2 to start the half. Pittsburgh passing here. Running 5 wide. Aaron Rodgers looks over the middle. Completed to Calvin Austin, who shouldn't be in the game even though I subbed him out. He's still in the game even though I subbed him out. Make it make sense. Whatever. It's completed to Calvin Austin. Nothing I can do about that. I even subbed him out. Aaron Rodgers. Jaylen Warren to his left. 2 receivers on the right side. Freiermuth on the left. Completed to Ben Skoranek for a gain of 8. Supposed to be filling the shoes of Calvin Austin. Along with Roman Wilson, but it's not really happened. Steelers. Handoff Jaylen Warren, left side. He's going to get some. He's going to break a tackle, and he's going to get down for the first down. Down this Cleveland 38-yard line. Jaylen Warren with a good run. Brown's a little confused with what just happened there. Mike Tomlin praising his running back, Aaron Rodgers. Not having the best of days. It looks back to pass thrown to Calvin Austin again. He shouldn't be in. I subbed him out. Whatever. Can't change it now. He hasn't really dictated the game, though. It's been Jaylen Warren. And they're going to run I formation. Handoff to Caleb Johnson. His first rush of the day goes for -2, 3rd and 5 for Pittsburgh. It'd be a shame for them to go empty on this drive. But they do appear to be in field goal range. Aaron Rodgers. Drops back to pass thrown to Ben Skoranek. Unable to haul that in. 4th and 5. What's Pittsburgh going to elect to do here? Browns do get the stop, however. They're bringing on the Wizard of Boz, Chris Boswell, for what appears to be a 40-some-yard kick. Kick is up. Kick is good. 10-7, Pittsburgh. They take the lead with a Chris Boswell field goal. Not the greatest scenario for Pittsburgh. Giving the ball back to Cleveland, but they did drive down the field and get a field goal. But this Steelers offense has to stop making mistakes. Some bad play calling to end their drive. And let's see what the Browns can do to counter. Chris Boswell kicking off for the Browns. Browns ball. The returner getting out to the 10, 20, 25, 28-yard line. Dylan Gabriel once more. Definitely the better QB on the day between the two. Showing his talent in the passing game. Has only one rush, however. Cleveland has more yards. 20 more passing yards. Definitely less rushing yards. Dylan Gabriel drops back to pass. Throwing quick over the middle. Well, not over the middle. To the right side for a gain of 8 to Thrash. Have never heard of, bro. Dylan Gabriel. That was a quick pass there. And Thrash broke a tackle. They gain 8. Handoff, Quinshad Judkins. Gain a few. Gets the first down for Cleveland. Up to the 39. Their own 39. Pittsburgh defense needs to try and get a stop here. Or at least hold them to a field goal of their own. And Njoku on the right side. He's been absent from this day, but it's a handoff to Quinshad Judkins. Left side gets a gain of more than 10 yards, averaging 5.7 yards per carry, and TJ Watt is going down on the bench, slamming his helmet. He's angry that he's injured, as he should be. The Steelers cannot survive without TJ Watt. Their win percentage with him is extremely high. Their win percentage without him, extremely low. And Cleveland gets the upper hand. And he's not in. Nick Herbig coming in for TJ Watt. Handoff Quinshad Judkins, and they are going to run it to TJ Watt's side. TJ Watt's not there, but they only get 3. Third quarter coming to a close here. Close game. Dylan Gabriel has 2 receivers on left, and Njoku and Judy on the right. Quinshad Judkins line to his right. Fakes the handoff. Intercepted! Deshaun Elliott over his shoulder. Second interception on the day for these QBs. 1 for Aaron Rodgers, 1 for Gabriel. Deshaun Elliott, Grant Delpit, the safeties showing off. Tried to get it over there to Judy, but 2 Steelers DBs are there. And Deshaun Elliott's going to take that. And the Steelers are going to take the field. Jaylen Warren, highlight of the Steelers offense. 8 rushes, 65 yards, a TD, 8.1 yards per carry. Aaron Rodgers hasn't looked good, but Jaylen Warren has. Will they lean more on this? Steelers needed that. Can they build on this lead? 1st and 10. Handoff, Jaylen Warren. Gain of 2. Not one of his best runs. Was electric in the first half. Hasn't really gotten his chance afterward. And Cleveland needs to desperately look for a way back into this game. Steelers running 5 wide. And they're not going to hike this ball. They are going to go to the 4th quarter. 10-7. Steelers. Steelers ball after an interception by Deshaun Elliott. I thought Grant Delpit got the other pick. That's my bad. Denzel Ward has a pick on the day. Cleveland with more yards on the day than the Steelers, but the Steelers more points. Handoff Jalen Warren, right side. He's going right up. 1st and 10 for Pittsburgh. The electric running back showing what he can do. Will they lean more on him now that the time is running down? 5.5 minutes left. Aaron Rodgers, handoff Jalen Warren. Trying to get a few, but ends up getting stopped. Gets a gain of 3, however. 2nd and 7 for Pittsburgh as they continue to try and chew this clock, but also drive themselves down the field to try and build a lead. Aaron Rodgers drops back to pass again. Thrown short right to Jonnu Smith to get up to the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 for Pittsburgh. Steelers tight ends haven't been really present in this pass game as of late, but they have been this game. Freiermuth and Jonnu Smith both contributing to the offense, and they're back in 5 wide. Aaron Rodgers looks short left, thrown to Freiermuth as we were talking about him. Gets down to the 23. 1st and 10 for Pittsburgh. Cleveland defense beating themselves up, allowing multiple passes to go for 10-plus yards. Aaron Rodgers trying to keep the Steelers in this game. They are in this game, and they are winning. And they are chewing clock, and they are trying to build a lead. Handoff Jalen Warren. Stopped. Short. Gain of 1. Down to the 22. Not in the red zone yet. But if they do, Steelers' red zone offense has been efficient this season. We're one of the worst in the league last year, but they have been efficient in the red zone this year. A minute left till the 2-minute warning. Steelers still trying to solidify this lead. Thrown deep left, caught by DK Metcalf. 1st and goal on the 3-yard line. What a ball by Aaron Rodgers. 2 Browns defenders were on him, and DK managed to come through with it. They're running 5 wide. You'd think they'd just hand this ball off to Jalen Warren. Thrown right side. Diving catch by Freiermuth, but it won't matter. He's out of bounds. 2nd and goal on the 3. They should hand this off to Jalen Warren. Been their most efficient player today. It's another pass. Aaron Rodgers might have had a TD, but throws a pick. Should have had a TD there. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, who I don't think should even be in, gets the pick. His 2nd on the day. He had a free scramble lane, and he did not take it. He threw a pick. Looks for Freiermuth right side again. It's a horrible ball. It's a horrible play. Aaron Rodgers has been the most lackluster player for the Steelers today. His touchdown interception ratio now 8-5. Dylan Gabriel, definitely the better QB on the game, and the Browns have a free ticket back into this game. What a horrible turn of events for Pittsburgh. The only good thing is they're on the 17, and they have to drive down this field, but they have 2.5 minutes and 3 timeouts to do it. Thrown short to David Njoku. Gain of 6. Time is ticking. Mike Tomlin happy for some reason. I don't think he should be after his lackluster offense today. 10-7 Steelers lead, but it should be 17-7. And the Browns should be fighting for this game, but they don't need to. Another short throw to David Njoku. 2-minute warning. Down to the 32. Browns got an upset over the Packers, their only win on the season. Can they upset the Steelers here? The leaders of the division, all three teams lost during the bye week, and the Steelers, they should be capitalizing on this, not losing to the Browns, and it's another throw to David Njoku for a gain of 6. Clock is ticking for Cleveland, and they're not electing to call timeouts just yet. On the 39-yard line. Down by 3, need to get in field goal range or go for the score. Snapped quickly. Dylan Gabriel has all the time in the world. It's thrown again to Njoku. Down to the 50-yard line. You'd think they'd be trying to cover him by now. Apparently not. Time is still ticking for Cleveland. They have a minute and a half, and they got out of bounds. So they are in no rush. They are on the 50-yard line. Dylan Gabriel tries to scramble up the middle. Stop. Jabril Peppers with the sack. 2nd and 12. Time is ticking. And now they're back behind the 50. 48-yard line. They need to at least get in field goal range here. And they're running no huddle, not electing to use their timeouts yet. Dylan Gabriel scrambles out left side. What can he do? Gets a gain of 6 after losing 2. They're getting the kicker ready to try and make a game-tying kick. 3rd and 4. If the Steelers get the stop, they can try and take this game back with their 3 timeouts. And presumably, a minute left. Cleveland has 4 third down conversions. Steelers have none. Dylan Gabriel drops back to pass, rolls out left again. It's TJ Watt and he misses the sack, but he gets taken down by Juwan Thornhill. It's 4th and 9, and they are not in field goal range. They have to go for this. Clock ticking. They're on the 50-yard line. Up by 3. Dylan Gabriel and the Browns going for it. If they can't get this, this game is over, and Pittsburgh gets the win. Even after all their mistakes, Dylan Gabriel slings one. Caught by Thrash. On 4th and 9, the Steelers. Dylan Gabriel scrambles out left, throws one cross body to Thrash, who torched the Steelers' defense. And now the Cleveland Browns are in field goal range again. Steelers made clutch play after clutch play. And now Browns can try and score here, but they're going to hand it off. They're going to call a timeout. And they'll probably elect to kick this field goal here to tie this game, and they will. Steelers defense coming off the field. They at least hold them to a field goal. This game's going to overtime. Unless this kick is missed, Steelers elect to ice the kicker. One kick, one chance for the Browns to win this game. But it appears both sides of the ball are on the field. I don't think it's going to stay that way, and it's not. They're bringing the kicker out. What should be a easy field goal. Field goal is up. Field goal is good. 10-10. After the Pittsburgh Steelers should have gotten the stop, they allow a 30-yard pass, crossbody by Dylan Gabriel, who scrambled out left. And now this game might go to overtime. It should go to overtime, unless the Steelers can do something crazy. They do have 2 timeouts, but only 13 seconds. I don't know why Boswell was setting the kick up. And they're going to kneel this in the back of the end zone. 2 timeouts for Pittsburgh. Probably looking to just throw some balls or just run this into overtime. Let's see what Pittsburgh elects to do. Coming out in 5 wide, they are not running this ball. Can Pittsburgh get a surprise win here? It's thrown short to DK. I don't know why Boswell looks like that. Can they at least get Boswell in the field goal range? They need around a 30-yard pass and for it to go out of bounds for Boswell to even try and be in range. If not, they could at least get a 20-yard pass. Aaron Rodgers is going to elect to hand it off to Jaylen Warren, who's going to break a few tackles. This game's going to overtime. End of regulation. Both teams scored in the second. Since then, 2 field goals. 2 interceptions for Aaron Rodgers, 1 for Dillon Gabriel. Steelers should have won this game. They had a touchdown for Aaron Rodgers, but he made a mistake, the vet. And now this game is going to overtime. It's the coin toss. It's heads. Browns have won the toss. What are they going to elect to do? They elect to receive. Steelers will kick off for the Browns. Overtime. Chris Boswell kicks it off for the Browns. Both teams have a chance to score. Dillon Gabriel. Or, no, I don't know. I don't know why I said that. It looked like a 5 to me. My bad. Dillon Gabriel now takes the field. Handoff right. Quinshaw Judkins doesn't get a lot. Matter of fact, he's stopped. Gain of nothing. 2nd and 10 for the Browns. Haven't really ran the ball much at the second half, but we're not even in the second half. We are in overtime. Steelers had a straight shot to win this game. Can the Browns make them regret it? And Quinshawn Judkins is going to get a gain of 20 or some. To the 46-yard line. Out of bounds. Steelers missed some tackles there. And Quinshawn Judkins will make them regret it. Around midfield. Steelers need to rally for a stop here. If they can, all they need is a field goal. Browns dictate the game right now. Another handoff for Quinshawn. Stopped. Short. Gain of 2. Still on their side of midfield. Quarterback play has not been great. Running backs have been decent. And they're going to audible. Dillon Gabriel elects to pass here. Thrown short left. David Njoku misses a tackle. And he's going to get the first down. Now on Pittsburgh's side of midfield, Mike Tomlin getting irritated. His strong defensive unit, the highest paid defensive unit in the league, needs to make a stop here. Receiver goes in motion, handoff to Quinshawn Judkins, gain of 5. Browns in field goal range. Second and 5. Browns offense. Spread out. Looking to pass. Dylan Gabriel gets pressured by Alex Highsmith and Cam Hayward. That's going to be the Steelers' third sack on the day. 3rd and 17. Dylan Gabriel needs to make a play here, or they're going to have to settle for the field goal, in which the Steelers will dictate the game. A quick pass rush by Pittsburgh could hand them a chance to this game. Dylan Gabriel needs a good plan here. Kevin Stefanski needs to draw something up here. Steelers defense sitting back. Browns spread out. Dylan Gabriel rolls out left again, looking to scramble. He won't get there. 4th and 13 on the 43-yard line. Are they going to go for this? Or are they going to kick the field goal? And it looks like they might not kick the field goal. They're going to punt. Steelers need a field goal to win this game. And they're going to be pinned at their own 2. Aaron Rodgers, who hasn't looked good on the day, who's thrown 2 picks today, he's stuck on his own 2. They're going to have to assemble a 98-yard drive for a touchdown or kick a field goal here to try and win this game. Or they give it back to the Browns, or they tie this game. 2 minutes and 11 seconds on the clock. Browns ran 4 minutes off on there, or the Browns could get a safety here. Aaron Rodgers handoff Jaylen Warren, who's going to be stuffed, gain of 1. Clock is ticking down. We might have a tie ball game. Nothing like Packers, Cowboys. 10-10. 4 times the score. Another handoff. And Steelers might be punting it right back. Steelers might be going for the tie here. Browns electing to sit back. It's another handoff. Steelers are going to punt. This is going to be a tie ball game, folks. It all depends on what the Steelers... It was a handoff to Caleb Johnson. Jaylen Warren not getting his chance. Should have passed there. And they're going to punt. Pinned in their own end zone. It's deep. It's to the 50, but they're going to instantly get in field goal range. And now the Browns are going to win this game. Wow. Browns get the upset over the Steelers. Unless they miss the kick. And or they turn the ball over. Anything can happen. They're running wide. Can the Steelers defense do something? No, they can't. Browns calling timeouts. Trying to get this ball deeper downfield. But ultimately giving the Steelers a little bit of a leeway. Because if the Steelers can force a stop here and the Browns call another timeout, the Steelers might stop this game with a timeout remaining. And it's Dylan Gabriel. His receivers wide. Handoff Quinshon Judkins. Need to make the tackle. Browns do call another timeout. It's 3rd and 2. If they can stop them here, it wouldn't give them much time. But it'd give them some time. They'd have 1 timeout. Maybe like 15 seconds. Maybe 10 seconds. And they're going to kick the field goal early on 3rd and 2. And Steelers are going to try and ice their kicker. They need to block this kick. And or the Browns miss this kick. Or the Steelers lose. 30-yard kick. Kick is up. Kick is good. 13-10. Browns take the lead. The Browns are going to win this game. Browns get the upset. But that's just what Madden predicts. It's been a fun game. No, it hasn't. Unless you enjoyed somewhat mediocre defense. And running. Browns win. Steelers go to 3-2. Browns go to 2-4. But that's just what Madden predicts. Final stats. Dylan Gabriel, 15 of 18, 174 yards, 83% completion rate, a touchdown, and an interception. Aaron Rodgers, terrible on the day. 60 rating less than Dylan Gabriel, 41.4, 9 of 16, 123, 56 yards, 0 TDs, and an interception. Steelers could have won this game had Aaron Rodgers ran the ball. Quinshaw Judkins, 18 carries, 92 yards, no touchdowns. Jaylen Warren, the better back, I believe, on the day. 14 attempts, 88 yards, 6.2 average, a TD, 4 broken tackles. Caleb Johnson had 3 carries for nothing. Dylan Gabriel had 3 carries for 25 yards. Receiving, Jamari Thrash and David Njoku lead the Browns. Pat Freiermuth, the only Steelers receiver above 40 yards. Browns had 3. DK Metcalf had 31. Calvin Austin did 2 for 22, even though he shouldn't have been playing. Johnny Smith had 2 for 18. Ben Skronik, 1 of 8. Blocking was good. Zach Fisher had 5 pancakes. Broderick Jones had 4. Steelers' offensive line did really good. Defensively, Steelers got a lot of sacks. Javon Thornhill, Jabril Peppers, Alex Highsmith, and Cam Hayward. But Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah and Denzel Willard dictated this game. Deshaun Elliott got a pick as well. Dustin Hopkins kicked the game-winning field goal for the Browns, as well as another field goal, and Chris Boswell did kick a field goal. 51-yarder. Browns win. But that's just what Madden thinks. I'll see you all next time. Peace out. Bye-bye. Love y'all. And as always, Steelers are going to win tomorrow, and I don't care what the game thinks.